Good morning, welcome. This is Elaine. I'm Elaine Hood. Welcome to Colorado and Company. Today we have Janet Schoen and Susie Morris from the Conifer Historical Society. So I'm going to start out kind of silly here, but Susie, would you explain to us where Conifer is if our listening audience is not sure?
Conifer is a mountain.
Where is it?
Conifer is located about 20 minutes south of the metro area on 285.
Southwest.
Southwest.
Because south
Of
is
southwest,
Springs.
yes, thank you. Southwest of the metro area on
U.S. Highway.
US Highway 285.
So it's on the way to Fairplay.
Yes, it's on the way to Fairplay, before you get to Bailey.
And what's the population of Conifer?
We have about 15,000 households in our zip code.
Okay, so now the Historical Society, I understand, is fairly new, and you are homeless and you are looking for a permanent home, is that correct?
We are.
Where, Janet, can you tell us, you found a place, but what's the next step? Where is this place?
We're excited to say that we are in partnership with the Norm Meyer family in Conifer to look at the feasibility or the viability of making their home a private museum or a public museum. It is a very recognizable yellow Queen Anne style home on US Highway 285, just inside of Conifer. And many people will recognize it when I say that there used to be an airplane in their hangar.
Okay,
Right.
and was the family, they were pilots?
The owner of the home is a pilot, and he taught all his 4 children to fly, so they all fly.
Okay, so Susie, can you tell us why this place was chosen? Why was the Norm Meyer home chosen?
This property is an ideal location for a museum. If we could pick our favorite possible place to have a museum, this would be it. It's a very recognizable ranch in the it's a very recognizable ranch, and it's a very beautiful piece of property. It's important because it was on the original toll road from that started in Denver, went through Ken Carroll Valley and up through Conifer and on to Fairplay. The beautiful Victorian, I'm going to say that, Queen Anne style home was a stage stop in the late 1800s, and the ranch was important. It was an important ranching operation. It's an important ranch. Shut up. Oh, you said I talked too much. Sorry.
Do you want to add
Shut
to
up.
that? I mean, and there's nothing wrong with one of you tagging on if you
Right.
feel the other person's losing the way
Yeah.
to recover.
Are you implying I just lost my way? Excuse me.
The home was designated a National Historic Site because of its ranching history, its transportation history with the stage route stops and the toll roads, and its cultural history. And the current family, the Meyer family, has preserved that history from the 1800s forward. And so it's a snapshot in time of Colorado history and of this important ranching history.
And I understand you want to make it a living history
Museum. We
So
do.
describe to me what that means.
What that means is that we will help educate people about what it was like to live up here through demonstrations and
Up
events up in the Conifer area, in the mountains, outside of the Metro Denver area, a long way from where people could get groceries or where they could shop or had streetcars. And here in Conifer, it's a very rural community. This is on 90 acres, and we would have haying demonstrations. We would have children come and see what it was like to have chickens and get your own eggs and cook those eggs, different kinds of things to teach people what it's like to live in a rural area. And that was way too long.
Ecological farming, something like that is a good thing to throw in.
And
Okay.
ecological farming. That's a good idea.
So what is the Historical Society doing to obtain this property or to make this happen?
I just have to say, all 3 of my cats
I'm not
have now
cat
come in.
magnet.
Yes. This is amazing. Hi, buddy. Okay, go ahead.
what is the Historical Society doing to accomplish this goal?
Susie?
That's your kind of
It's
question.
actually it's your
That's my
Yeah, it's your
question.
question.
I would say you should probably answer 2/3 of the questions.
Okay. Right now we're in a process where we're looking at how do we make this into a public museum, and how long will it take, and what will it look like when we make it a public museum? And we are working with the Meyer family to decide if it actually is something that is We're in the process. Well, yeah, but
Sorry, but we're working. I mean, whatever you said sounded too negative to me. Sorry. After whatever you just said. Sorry.
okay.
We're in the process of
Yeah, I think we need to figure out how to say that, because what I have been saying is to everybody is we're in the, we're looking
Right.
at how viable it is. So we need to
I've said
figure.
I've
Yeah.
said that this first thing to people myself, that this first thing, but now that we're getting this message out to Metro Denver
Yeah.
and the Historical Society,
We have to say
people
what
and
we need
fun
to say.
people that might be listening, we have to really say that right. And but it's potential donors. I'm considering.
No, but
this-
what are we going to say?
Yeah. Say again what you were saying.
That we are in the process of
You were saying working with the Meyer family.
working with the Meyer family and what I had said was to determine how to make this into a museum and what it's going to look like. And then I could stop there.
There are certain steps you take to determine if there's certain steps you take in the process of converting a
private
property from a private home to a
public
public
site.
and we're in that process.
That's a good way. Okay.
So this will take some funding. Are you doing this through donations, grants? What process are you using to raise funds?
We are doing fundraising, and we have several approaches. We, of course, have memberships. We also are doing special events for fundraising and other educational programs, and we will be going after grants. Some of our programs, some of our events that we have this year are we're having a dance on May 21st. This is a swing and sock hop. And 40s, 50s. We're
Sop
having
hop. We're going to sop up all the beer.
I don't think she's having any alcohol. Where I wanted to bring a flask and put it behind. Okay. We have several events planned for fundraising and educational programs this year. And the first one is on May 21st. We're having a swing and sock hop. We'll have music from the 40s, 50s, and 60s. And whether you like to dance to that music or you want to just listen and visit the soda fountain that we're going to have, that we are going to have, it's going to be a fun evening. Lots of great music. We also have a Rocky Mountain Oyster Festival on, there's that smile. Rocky Mountain Oyster Festival on July 16th, and this will be on the Meyer Ranch property. We'll have lots of food, not just Rocky Mountain oysters, but that's always fun. And we'll have music. I'm talking to some people that could bring a stagecoach, and we could have stagecoach rides. And so we're just planning a lot of fun things for families. And
I would end it there. I would only talk about those two, the
Yeah.
sock hop
Okay.
and the Rocky Mountain Oyster
Yeah.
Festival. That's long enough,
Okay.
and nobody's going to remember
Visit-
anything later on.
Right.
visit our website for more information on those.
And it would always make things easier if someone decided that this was just the perfect thing that they wanted to support through a direct donation, which they can do on our website as well.
Why would I in Denver want to support this museum more so than my neighborhood museum?
Maybe like other people
She
in the
asked that question, I'd shoot her.
yeah, maybe like other
What
people
the
in the
hell?
Denver metro area, you want to know what it was like to live in these mountains and to travel from the Denver metro area out to Fairplay in the 1800s or the early 1900s. You might want